This is Alexandra Villarroel Abrego, and welcome to another episode of AlexandraTV. This week's episode is about a topic that I am so in love with. It's really a topic that fascinates me. I spend most of my days studying this topic, and I've been doing so for the past 5 years. It's the human mind, how the human mind works. It's really a topic that's so fascinating and so vast with information. And once you start to understand how the human mind works, well, you start to see how you can change things here and there in order to get the results that you want in your life. You have to understand that if you don't master your mind, if you don't master your thoughts, if you don't master your feelings, then you might get results that you don't want in your life. Because as they say, your thoughts become your reality. So the moment that you start to understand how your mind works and how you can use your mind, use your thoughts and your feelings to create the reality that you want, well, let me tell you, beautiful things happen in your life. As you begin to study how the human mind works, you begin to quickly understand that it's all energy. It's all frequencies. It's all even electricity. So the same way that electricity works, well, your human brain works in very similar ways. There's a scientific law called the Ohm law. And the Ohm law basically teaches that by reducing the resistance in an electricity wire, it allows more electricity to flow through. And this can be translated to your human brain and how it operates. If you reduce the resistance that is found in your subconscious mind, well, more energy can flow through, and therefore you can start sending out frequencies that will create the reality that you want to have. You see, you have to understand that your brain is divided in two different parts. There's the conscious mind, which is only 10% of your brain, and then there's the subconscious mind. So what this means is that everything that is in your conscious mind is the things that you really consciously think. So the things that let's say you say, I want to have this big house, or I want to make my dreams become true, or I want to start a business, I want to be successful. Well, all of that is in your conscious mind. And it's great. It's great that you have these conscious thoughts that are positive. However, you know that little voice that sneaks in your brain and that tells you, no, you can't. You're never going to be able to do it. Well, that's in your subconscious mind. And unfortunately, most of the people in this world today, they have a negative subconscious mind because the world outside of us is very negative. Most of what we see in the news and in the newspapers, well, it's all negative. So of course, our subconscious mind, which is 90% of our brain, is negative. Therefore, what this does is that it creates a reality that you don't want, even if you're thinking, well, how am I getting these negative results in my life when I'm thinking positive things and I want to create this and I want to do this and that and I want to create a beautiful reality for myself? Well, that's because it's only 10% of your brain. So that 10%, well, it's nothing compared to the 90%. Now, the good news here is that you can change that. You can start reprogramming your subconscious mind. And in order to do that, you're going to have to go through 7 different steps. I really recommend you taking a pen and a paper so that you can write this down. The first step that you're going to go through is going to be self-awareness. And the fact that you're watching this video, well, you most probably have already gone through this step. You're aware of the fact that there are some thoughts, some feelings that are uncalled for, that just come to your mind and you're like, why am I thinking these negative thoughts? I don't want to think like that. Well, that means that you are self-aware. So that's very, very good. The second step is going to be self-exploration. So once you are self-aware, once you understand that there are negative thoughts in your subconscious mind, well, you need to explore that. You're going to have to explore that to see where it comes from, which brings us to the other point, which is self-discovery. So you're going to have to start discovering where it began. Was it in your childhood? Was it from things that your teachers told you? Or was it from what you watched on TV? Or was it your parents even? Once you discover where this all comes from, well, there's self-understanding. So you need to understand that, okay, so this was created, I understand where it comes from. Well, now what can I do about it? Which brings us to the next point, and it's self-love. So there has to be compassion in this process. You have to understand that if you have created at this point a reality that you don't want, well, it really wasn't really your fault because it was in your subconscious mind, you didn't know. So you have to feel the sense of compassion and of self-love for yourself. And then after you go through this step, it's going to bring you to self-transformation. So now that you understand where it comes from, these negative thoughts, this negative programming, well, it's time to transform that, and it's time to change that. And finally, it's going to be self-mastery. So mastering your thoughts, mastering your feelings, and mastering yourself, which is absolutely possible. Now, in order to help you with all of this, to help you master your thoughts, your feelings, and of course yourself, as your life coach, I decided to create a course called the Mind Mastery Course. Now, I have a lot of different audio learning programs, a lot of programs on my website on the A.V.A shop, which I'm sure you have already seen. But this course is really there to help you understand the mind, the human mind, your brain, how it's working right now, why you are doing the things that you're doing, why you aren't maybe not getting the results that you want to have in your life, and how you can start changing that. So if you're interested in this course, if you want to learn more about this topic, all you have to do is go in the description below this video and just click on the link, and you'll be able to have, of course, more information if this is something that you want to study, really, if this is something that you want to learn how to do. This course will really teach you how you can start being the master of your own self, and therefore creating the reality that you want. In the comment section down below, let me know at what step you are in the self-mastery process. Are you at self-discovery? Are you at self-love, self-understanding? Are you at self-transformation? At what step are you at? I'd love to hear from you. So that is it for this week. Once again, if you want to have more information about the Mind Mastery course, all you have to do is go in the description down below and you'll be able to learn more. I hope to see you in the Mind Mastery course, of course. And until then, I will see you next week for another Alexandra TV episode. Did you like this video? If so, here's 3 very simple things that I want you to do. First of all, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel because you get free videos every single week. So of course you don't want to miss that. The second thing that I want you to do is I want you to go on my website, AlexandraVillarroel.com, and subscribe also to my email list, because every week I send you content by email that you don't see here on Alexandra TV, but it's free content with coaching techniques, strategies, so you don't want to miss that either. And the third thing that I want you to do is I want you to share this video. Share it on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, email it to a friend, or even call a friend and say you need to go watch this. As Maya Angelou once said, when you learn, teach. So everything that you learned today, make sure you share it and you teach it to someone. I look forward to seeing you next week for another episode of Alexandra TV. And until then, don't forget to love life, others, and yourself.